Welcome to Drinkin Bros, presented by BlackRifleCoffee.com.
Oh, D'Anthony, look at this. I feel like a young Swayze just getting out of the ocean.
You
right
look
now.
like...
This is wet. This is wet from surfing
It is,
earlier.
yeah. Well, it's wet from the activator, but...
The activator.
Yeah, but...
When you came to my house today, how shocked were you when I said, hey, man, you got to wait before we go to the bank because I got to put the activator in.
I got to tell you, it kind of conjured up images of Coming to America with Homeboy spraying the activator on his hair. Yeah.
Yeah. This is really nice.
You
Summer
look like
Swayze.
$1 million.
I feel like about 80.
From 1980s, so that the exchange rate at this point.
Probably
with
three, right?
With inflation, you're probably like $20 million, I guess.
Easily, I would say. I was close with 3, though. I felt confident in that. You know who didn't feel confident today? Bob Mueller. We're doing an emergency show about an hour before this is supposed to drop here. You just picked up your phone. I know you were dabbling down notes after this fuck all press conference today.
Yeah, it was really stupid. I mean, he didn't say anything.
What was the point of all of it?
There's no point to any of this. I mean, the point is to try to apply political pressure and tarnish Trump's image so he doesn't get reelected. That's the point. But that's not the way to go after this guy. It's just not. Like, he doesn't give a fuck about that. And it didn't work last time. They tried it for fucking a year and a half last time and didn't leave a mark on him. He said notoriously that he could walk out and shoot somebody in the face, basically.
Trump said this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And still get elected. And basically, I think I might agree with him.
I'd love to see him do it, brother. Yeah. Is that selfish of me?
No.
Is that the sick part of me that I would love to actually see him just take a shot at somebody and be like, hey, I'm above the law, motherfuckers.
Like,
here we are.
Like American Gangster with Denzel Washington just walks out and pops Idris Elba in the head in front of everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Right in the middle of the street and say, hey, fuck you, I'm in charge here. Nobody's going to say shit. I'm going to be honest. Trump pops somebody, I wouldn't say anything. Like if he dropped somebody right in front of me, I wouldn't say shit.
If it was a political rival, I would have a problem with that. But if it was just some asshole, like,
Man, look, after today, dude, Mueller, I don't advocate suicide. Never have, never will.
No.
But I wish Mueller would just kind of, after that presser, just put the gun to the temple and said, boom, if you're not going to answer any fucking questions and you're going to waste taxpayers' money for 2 years on this stupid fucking shit, give us an answer one way or the other. That's all I give a fuck about.
Yeah.
Just an answer. It seemed to me like he was afraid of both political parties, of what they would say. So instead, he said nothing except to cover his own ass because he wanted to retire, which he did. And what a shitty way to retire is to do this case, have no result, leave everybody with the same questions and answers as when we all started.
Yeah. And
then just walk off and say, hey, good luck. If you try to subpoena me for, a congressional hearing, I'm not going to say shit except for what I wrote in the report. That's basically what he said. And if there's Democrats or Republicans who are looking for a positive spin on it for their own party today, they got nothing out of it, either side.
I got to tell you, he's the biggest waste of time and space since the Republicans tried to repeal Obamacare 40-plus times back. It never worked. It was just a complete waste of taxpayer money. And the whole point of it was to try to show the base, the Democratic base, that they were fighting back and whatever the fuck.
Right.
But there's better ways to do that, man. This is just stupid. Like, the whole thing, he accomplished absolutely nothing. And the report and this interview didn't say shit. All he did was come back and say, like, he had the audacity to say that there's no evidence that Trump didn't break the law. That's not how the fucking justice system works. Like, you are presumed innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
That's how the American justice system works. So a guy who's essentially an investigator and prosecutor on the case coming out and saying something like that is fucked up. Like, to me, that kind of I don't even know what to say about that.
It was almost like leaving the room when you're going home from a party, and then just finding the guy's wife who threw the party and just giving her a smack on the ass and say, hey, just want to let you know I'm out of here. Thanks, sweet tits. I'm gone.
Yeah.
I took an upper decker upstairs. Good luck cleaning that out.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like to me. The other thing that was surprising today was the charging Trump not an option. And he said it wasn't an option because of the Constitution, right?
Yeah.
So if it wasn't an option from day one, what the fuck are you doing there?
I don't know. He spent a lot of fucking money, though.
You spent a lot of money and a lot of time over if it was a charge you couldn't have investigated or charged somebody with anyways. What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know. That's the really stupid part to me. The reason, not the only reason, but one of the biggest reasons that Obama got reelected in 2012 is because the Republicans spent all their political capital and time and money and effort and everything, their energy, trying to repeal Obamacare. They didn't have the numbers to do it. It was statistically impossible that they were ever going to pull it off.
Right.
But they tried, I think, something like 46 times to do it. Complete waste of fucking time. And I think because people in the middle saw that as obstructionist and unnecessary, they just voted for Obama. And this exact same thing is going to happen now in 2020. I guarantee you. Trump is, I mean, you know, we're like whatever about Trump, but I'm not a supporter or anything. I think some stuff he does is okay, some stuff's not. But
I love him. I think he's rad, but I love him for different reasons than I think everybody else assumes. Mm-hmm. I like it for the fact that I think you needed somebody like him in the White House in our lifetime in history to change shit or to show you what's really going on behind the scenes. Because if a guy who's has nothing to do with politics is able to roll in there and then just do a pretty, like, so far so good to me.
Yeah,
pretty goddamn good job.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem. So we're heading into the 2020 election cycle starting next month in June. Basically, that's when the debates on the left are going to start, and the economy's doing pretty well, foreign policy's doing pretty well, and the Democrats have chose to spend their political capital on this bullshit. That's just not going to happen. Like now, there's a renewed vigor for impeachment. Like they're going to try to go through that. All it's going to do is lionize the base on the right.
Oh yeah,
and it's going to
absolutely.
It'll show the middle that the Republicans are more interested in being obstructionists and going after Trump than they are leading the country. There's only been 17 bills passed this year by Congress, I believe I read.
17.
It's like a record low. And that's exactly the fucking same. The Democratic Party in 2012, all they talked about was how the Republicans, the do-nothing Congress, obstructionist, and they're wasting all this time and taxpayer money trying to repeal Obamacare. They just did the exact same thing, and the Republicans are going to hammer them in 2020. It's not even going to be just Trump. It'll be all the down-ballot votes. People are going to get fucking... I bet there's going to be a bunch of people getting primaried. That's what they're worried about.
Let me ask you this. Do you think they'll flip the House of Representatives then as well?
I don't know. That's a big deal. We'll see how it goes. It depends on how embarrassing the Democratic presidential primaries are, right? Yeah,
and look, this is already going to be a dogfight. They've already said, all right, we're closing it off at 20. There's currently 24 in.
Yeah.
Only 20 are going to be allowed to debate. And I guess they're going on who entered first and whatever. And then as it pares down, they said they're going to pick like the final round. That is going to be the most cutthroat, brutal process that the Democrats have had to go through in a really, really long time.
Well, I don't know. Last time
I'm fucking here for it, dude.
It's going to be funny, but last time was pretty cutthroat too. I mean, the way they treated Bernie Sanders. Well, for Democrats. In 2018 or 2016, the way they treated Bernie Sanders, for example.
Yeah, but at least that was one guy, right?
Yeah.
So you had two people running, essentially. Mm-hmm. You kind of got it down to two at that point. But this, I mean, with all of the names in there and all of these guys puffing up at all these congressional hearings, like a Kamala Harris or a Cory Booker and all them, who's going to give in first out of that crowd? I don't know, because looking at the pre-polls right now, Biden's up by 19.
Yeah, Biden appears Teflon right now, to be honest.
I haven't even seen him anywhere. He doesn't even have to show up. Yep. Bernie's at a hard 2. The rest, you got that Buttigieg guy who really no one knows anything about at this point, right? Everybody's spending money behind the scenes, allegedly just trying to dig up dirt on him, and I'm sure they'll find something, right? Because you just can't come out of nowhere and be absolutely clean. No. There's no way. Those are your top threesies right now. Then the rest of them, the Kamala Harris, the Cory Bookers, and the Klobuchers, and the fucking Elizabeth Warrens, and all that other shit. Like, good luck. Who's going to concede out of that crew?
They're all angling for cabinet level positions. That's all it ever is in a presidential primary race.
Gotcha.
Like you stick around as long as you can and apply enough pressure, and then you go to the leading candidate and say, "Hey, I will bring you my base and give it to you in exchange for Secretary of the Treasury or whatever the fuck it is, Secretary of State, whatever."
Yeah.
That's how it always works.
You know, the funny thing about this entire process, and I mentioned this one other time on Ross Patterson Revolution, where in Hollywood, that's kind of where they test out the donors, right?
Yeah.
To see where which candidate's doing well, who can pull a lot of money for meet and greets, dinners, lunches, all that shit. Well, like, because of all the movies and shit that I've done, I'm still on those lists. So they always send me invitations still to come to this shit and donate and support. So I've never taken myself off of them because I want an inside look as to who they're thinking about and trying to raise money for.
Yeah.
The top two in their world right now, I'll go top three. Buttigieg, I've been invited to. And that was surprising, where I was just like, oh, fuck, he's so new that I'm surprised he was already doing Hollywood fundraisers and that they were backing him. And the guy that was backing him, so the first party that I got, one of the invites to or whatever, and these things, they make you pay up. It's not like, hey, bro, you can just show up at the dance and it's fine. I mean, you're looking at 10, 15 G's a head for, a dinner, another 5 G's for a picture, so on and so on, right? Ryan Murphy, the creator of all those American Horror Stories and all that shit, Glee, he was the one who threw it for Buttigieg. It's interesting because he's a gay guy. Buttigieg is gay. And he was the first one. And he's a powerhouse in Hollywood. I believe his new Netflix deal was $100 million as a producer and control of some of his shows. I mean, that guy is... for a 3-year deal. That's one of the biggest deals, richest deals in Hollywood history. So he's a big fucking deal, right? And that was Buttigieg. The Cory Booker one was another one that I got invited to. And this one was really interesting because I was like, man, they really think that much of Cory Booker that they want to throw a fundraiser and put some money behind him and all that shit because he's way behind in the polls, right?
Yeah.
But here's the interesting fact about this. He's dating Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
So on the invite that I got,
which is funny because there's a rumor out there that he is a lifelong bachelor, which is code for gay, right?
I don't know one way or the other.
You would think if he was, though, he would, because that would make him way more popular.
How is Rosario Dawson still not married at this age, though? With being that hot, like for real.
Maybe she's just not into marriage. Who knows? I don't know. There are people like that. Some people are super into marriage, like Jared Taylor, for example.
Yeah, congrats to Jared. Getting married again. Was she a porn star?
Yes. So he's double married right now, which is a lot like being a champion in 2 weight classes.
Yeah, he's McGregor.
Or
he's the Conor McGregor.
Or Ryan Bader.
Who's we'll go with Cormier. He's the white Cormier.
He looks like physically he looks more like Cormier than any of those other guys.
Yeah. Still a bruiser. Not taking anything away from him.
No, I would not fight.
But he's the white Cormier.
Daniel Cormier.
But yeah, with Rosario Dawson being that hot and not married at this age, it's that always weirds me out. Where it's just like, all right, what the fuck else is going on?
Yeah.
But again. Is it because he's dating Rosario Dawson that he's going after Hollywood fundraising? I don't know.
Maybe. I really don't know, to be honest, what the deal with him is. I don't think he's a bad candidate. The problem is he's all platitude and no like meat and potatoes. Yeah. He doesn't really do anything.
Is all longitude, no latitude,
He talks a good game, but he doesn't actually do he's good in front of a camera. But
I think if somebody would be smart to maybe bring him on as a VP.
Oh, yeah.
Because that checks all the boxes, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't want a white man in there for the Democratic side, right?
No, and the chances of
check off the rich white males.
Yeah.
You want somebody who's more exciting than Pence, which is not hard.
No,
you and Pence have the same demeanor.
We do, yeah. He hasn't smiled in his life ever. Like his child was born, he was like, that's a child.
Look at that two-legger.
He just pointed to it and said, "That's a child," and he walked out of the room. And everyone was like, "Yeah, Mike, that was exactly what that was."
No, that's a child. That's definitely a baby.
Yeah, I don't know. There's no way that 2 old white men are going to win the Democratic primary.
I don't think so either.
But the Democrats have also not been good at deciding who's the best, who has the best chance of winning a popular election either. Because honestly, with Obama, it was just like a wave of excitement and shit. But before that, Gore, no fucking way, dude. Gore was never going to win anything.
No. He was close.
He came close.
He came real close.
But it was only that close because George W. Bush was a terrible candidate.
Yeah. Well, and he came 2 Chads away, dude.
He was.
Shout out to those Chads out there with the Swayze hair.
George Bush is probably the most Chad president we've ever had.
He was great. for
entertaining.
whatever he.
I don't know
no,
about.
I'm kidding.
I don't know about great.
That's the funny thing about presidents, man, is you really don't know until about 15 years later on down the road how they're looked at in history. You look back on Bush, and I remember during Bush, and everybody's like, "Fuck him, he's terrible," whatever. You look back on it, was like, it wasn't so bad.
Well, to me, Bush is a lot like Reagan. People who are hardcore right probably love him because they love anybody that's on the right side. But Reagan raised taxes in 5 of the 8 years he was in office.
Yeah.
So, sorry, he's not the conservative hero everybody thinks he is. That's just reality. And with Bush, he presided over the largest expansion of the federal government in history, which is the Department of Homeland Security.
Yeah.
And he put us in debt about $5 trillion with the Iraq War and then the Patriot Act, which invades civil liberties. So, not exactly conservative on any of those points, right? But it is what it is.
Yeah,
and he had a cool accent, so
yeah, you can get away a lot with that. I think a lot of people just think of Will Ferrell when they think of George Bush, and that has a lot to do with it.
It is, yeah. I think he's lovable. Like I genuinely think that I think George Bush is a good guy.
Oh, I'd love to have beers with that guy.
I think Bill Clinton is a piece of shit. He's basically a fucking rapist. I hate that guy. I think he's garbage. I think his wife is garbage, too. She's a criminal.
Yep.
I think Obama's probably an all right guy for the most part. I think George Bush is a good guy. Trump has been a billionaire for so long that he's just like off in another dimension somewhere.
Here's my... So I met him a couple of times, right? Here's my best sum up of Trump is he is that dad at father-son weekend on college campuses.
Yeah.
Who's just like, hey, let me tell you some cool stories, brother. And you're like, all right, awesome.
Yeah.
Don't dislike him. He doesn't drink. So
I don't trust people that don't drink.
Yeah.
Me
neither.
Drinking bros.
Yeah.
It's on the sign, so.
Obviously. But not a bad guy at all. And I'm sure Obama's not as well. Never met
he
Obama.
seems like an alright guy.
But,
obviously, I disagree with him pretty much across the board politically, but
100%. But I'm able to separate it though.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's
from,
you have
from
to be
a horrible person.
You have to be.
Politics.
We really have to get past this bullshit in our country where, for me, I don't like the idea of identifying as Republican or Democrat because when you do that, like you say, I'm a Republican, and then that you like co-sign on the whole party, like, well, these are the things you believe. That seems kind of pedantic and narrow-minded to me. Like, I have ideas that match with either party or no party, right? Like if everybody's an individual. That's what makes this country great. So I feel like we need to stop. There's actually have you seen Colin Quinn's new thing on CNN?
No.
You got to watch it.
They put Colin Quinn on CNN?
Yes.
That's really
And
funny,
he's basically going hard middle. Like, stop with all this divisive bullshit. Have conversations. But he does it in the way Colin Quinn. Remember the talk show we have, the comedians on Comedy Central back in the day? What was the name of that? I don't remember.
Man, he's had about 80 shows, Colin Quinn.
But the one that was on Comedy Central where he would have 4 comedians and they would just talk about topical issues and stuff.
Yeah.
That was a really good show, and that's basically what this is now, but it's mostly just him doing a prepared act. It's fucking really good.
I'll peep that out.
Yeah.
I like Colin Quinn. He's funny, man. He's always been funny.
Very funny. He leans a little right, but...
I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
I don't care.
No, that's what's surprising about him being on CNN, actually. I'm surprised they went that route.
I am too, but they need ratings. Their ratings
they're
are
fucked,
I'm surprised they're on network. If Trump wasn't in office, no lie, that network would have crumbled by now because they're only propped up by his stories, and that's it. They'll never run with anything else. I didn't even see any coverage on the hurricane. It was it's Trump all day long, all day and
it's
all
like
night.
ESPN.
That's what's keeping the lights on.
It's like ESPN with LeBron and Zion.
Yeah,
honestly, like almost every day, ESPN makes a post on Instagram about either Zion or LeBron or both. And the draft is over. LeBron didn't even make the fucking playoffs. So it's like, what the fuck, man?
What are we still talking about LeBron for?
Well, now we're talking about his kid, I guess.
I know. But the third one, by the way, candidate-wise, is Kamala Harris. So Kamala Harris is the other one. They're still doing fundraisers. She was the first one. So that was the first invite was for her. And I think because she announced so early and went in, and everybody loved her performance at these congressional hearings. And let's face it, all those fucking things is a goddamn performance.
Yeah.
For your constituencies. Everything I'm doing is for my constituents.
Are you a member of the Repube Party?
Repube Party. Look, a lot of people don't know this, but I was vice chairman of the hot tub committee for a while. Come on in, the water's warm. Go ahead and put a tit in.
That's FDR American Badass, by the way. All around is a super funny movie, but your part is the funniest. Like,
Bless you.
It's so good.
Bless you for saying that, D'Anthony.
I think you should redo the whole thing, but with this look.
Oh, with Swayze?
Yeah.
Yeah, we might just go remake Point Break again.
We could
for
do
the
that.
third time. Look, they remade it a couple years ago. It was fucking terrible.
Edgar Ramirez was good, but other than that movie was terrible.
I couldn't get through 15
It was
minutes
bad.
of that.
Like,
That
find your line, man.
Yeah.
That's not your line. Like, get the fuck out of here with
Jesus
that
Christ.
bullshit. I hated it. I hated it, and I hate Kamala Harris, too.
Yeah, she comes off as too unlikable to me, and I don't know why they're still spending this much time and effort.
I don't either.
Into her. My only guess is that she will be liked because she's a lawyer. That she'll be really great in these debates coming up. Mm-hmm. So maybe they're hoping for that, and maybe she
doesn't
can come out
matter.
and say some negative shit.
It's a
about
popularity
Trump
contest.
That's what I think. But I think they want her on that stage to make enough negative comments about Trump and everything that'll stick and that you can use as bullets and boards material. Because I don't think you're going to get it out of Bernie. Biden's. Look, they're hiding Biden right now. I don't know where Biden is. And even they're saying, yo, man, is it because of his age and they don't want him to talk that much? But he's just not around. So who knows? Who knows?
I don't know.
If it was today, though, this is Vegas. This is Vegas going in on this. The top two are Biden and Bernie right now, if you're going in on it today.
Yeah, the latest poll I saw has Biden at 38 and Bernie at 20.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is below 10.
Single digits.
Yeah, but surprisingly, number 3 on this poll is Elizabeth Warren. She has no shot.
Really?
Yeah.
Man,
and then
that's
Kamala
weird.
Harris and the dude from Indiana is they're both at 7.
Buttigieg.
Yeah, Buttigieg, and Beto is at 4.
Beto just disappeared. That guy, man. You want to talk about everything you hate? They said they hated in a candidate.
Yeah.
About the rich white privilege and all that. Other
Yeah.
That guy is oozing with it.
Yeah, but they don't have any sense of irony on the left. They promoted Hillary Clinton, who was wrong. Like, she was anti-marriage equality, right? She was against gay marriage. She was for the Iraq War, and she was for the fucking Patriot Act. Like, and then she attacked women who were victims of her own husband's abuse. Like, all the issues that matter to the Democratic Party and to liberals over the last 20 years, she's on the opposite side of that.
Yeah.
And everybody was furious that people wanted Bernie Sanders instead. Like, you're abandoning the Democratic Party. He's not even a Democrat. Yeah, but he exemplifies the ideal a little more, doesn't he? Bernie's problem is he's not a good self-promoter. That and his ideology is fucked, obviously. Like, America doesn't want
socialism.
America doesn't want socialism. But
No.
I don't necessarily think a socialist president would have that kind of effect. Like, because FDR was a socialist too, and he did some decent things for the most part. So I don't think, as president, how much power do you really have? Like, you can guide things, but Bernie doesn't have the balls to do what Trump is doing and call people out and whatever the fuck.
And that's an interesting point of how much power the president has now, right? Because if Trump can get in there with, again, zero political experience, how much fucking power does he really have? Like, and the country didn't go to shambles. Nothing's happened. And fuck, everything's, for the most part, has been pretty goddamn good.
That's a good question I would like to hear some people on the left answer. If he's such a bad person, show me where the badness is. Like, what are the bad results that are coming out of his presidency? Right. Like, they're talking about, I've heard anecdotally that there's more hate crimes now. There's no fucking way. Like, Evan talks about this all the time, but there's, it's kind of like the mafia. Like, at the height of the mafia, there was something like 5,500 members, made guys, period, in the entire goddamn country. And the latest FBI statistics are suggesting that there's something like maybe 10,000 white supremacists in this country. Yeah. Like, of course, there's some old racist assholes, but that shit's going away, man. And it's not
10,000 out of all of it. And
there's 318 million people in this country now, man.
It's crazy. And they had that rally in Ohio the other day, right? Yeah. 6 people showed up for the white supremacist rally. So there's all your all 6 of them came out to play. Yeah. And then you put a bunch of news coverage behind it and make it look like it's an epidemic. Yeah. It's soaking through the American soil. White nationalism. No, dude, there was 6 fucking people there. That's it.
Oh,
yeah. And
it's exhausting to me.
It keeps going on and on and on, and it's all controlled by clickbait and which news outlet you're watching and who's covering what.
It is, and they say that's a good point to bring up about the whole Russia thing and Facebook and all that shit. Do you know how much money was spent on those dark campaigns on Russia for like to trash candidates other than Trump? Do you know how much money the government spent? $100,000. That's right. 100
just on Facebook ads. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
$100,000. God damn it, that's crazy.
Right. That is nothing.
No,
by the way, I think I can't say for sure, but companies I've worked for, I've worked for companies that spend that much in a week,
in an hour. Yeah,
on fucking Facebook ads. Like, come on, man.
I think, if you put ads out, look, if you put news articles out there, right? Because after Trump got elected, it was this mass hysteria, and right before too, right? And that's when a lot of these ads were going out, right? Like the month before the campaign or 2 months before. People will share it just to be like, oh my God, see what could happen?
Yeah, people are dumb.
And then with Twitter, we've talked about this before with Evan on the show, where half of these hashtags are just made up.
Yeah. By
someone else, and then they're driving them home. I mean, just going through it right now. Mueller's number one. There's like 50 variations of Bob Mueller and impeach Trump now, and you're like, it's just not real. The Mueller thing I get because it just happened, but obviously we're still talking about it. But the rest of it, it's just useless shit. Where when you're controlling a news feed like this, because that's what you're doing, especially on Twitter. Yeah. You're just controlling the trending topics, and then you're clicking on those right to the left of your screen. That's it. It's a lot of power to wield in some shit like this.
It is, yeah. But, if you have a problem with the way that stuff's happening, I would tell you to go back and listen to what the Democrats were saying when Republicans were trying to repeal Obamacare. If you don't like it, win elections.
Yeah.
And shut the fuck up.
That's it.
Give the guy one. That's it.
It's over.
It's over.
There's going to be
There's been an investigation. Nothing. It's over.
A new election in 15 months, and then you can pull your dick out at the ballot box and do whatever you want with it.
If you don't like it, go sign up with the fucking DNC and go out and hit the street and organize. Fucking go door to door.
Yeah.
Like
people
canvas
love
neighborhoods.
Door to door. I love getting knocks on my door.
That's the Democratic
door-to-door
Party's favorite thing.
Salesman. I fucking hate it. Like when somebody knocks on my door, the first thing you grab, obviously, is your gun. I don't care. It's probably an Amazon package where you're just like, yo, leave it and walk the fuck away.
I shoot every Amazon package I get just to be sure, because you don't know if there's somebody in there or not.
No, you never know if you got sent a human.
Yeah, and I tell Amazon specifically, do not mail me something that can't get shot.
Yeah.
And it's worked out so far.
It's worked out pretty good.
Couple of calls, but otherwise.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're bringing back live reads during the show for sponsors,
I like it, yeah.
by the way.
I don't like...
the audience has asked for that for a long time, and it's just like, hey,
here's the thing. Would you rather hear 5 minutes of recorded, like, verbatim bullshit at the beginning of the show, or would you rather hear us talk about getting people pregnant on a ghost bed? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Speaking of which, ghostbed.com/drinking bros. Boom. Right behind you, D'Anthony. D'Anthony. Best mattresses on the planet.
I slept on one last night.
What's that?
Yours.
I know you
got
slept on
that
mine
Cow
last
King
night.
up there.
You're welcome.
Ooh, it was good.
Yeah.
I slept on every possible part of that bed just to make sure that every part of it was good.
Yeah, you have to.
Then I invited a prosty over and we did that whole thing.
You have to. Look, their Memorial Day sale is still going on, which we always tell people about this shit. Like, hey, man, if there's ever a sale, especially furniture and shit, they always put like a big sale on Memorial Day, and it's like, hey, it'll stay up like for usually a week or two afterwards. Like, you can still get it. Bundle packages, you can save up to $7.99 off those bitches. Right now with the mattresses, man, you get $100 off a ghost bed and free sheets. Sheets are amazing. I
haven't tried the sheets yet. Oh,
no,
those are the
on
sheets?
the bed. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those are great.
I know, right? I was like, shit, how the fuck are you doing all that? $200 off of a Ghost Lux mattress. That's the one with the cooling in it. And then a Ghost Flex. Let's say you're a bigger person. You might want to get that flex in there. Or if you're fucking more than one person at a time.
Well, we decided, what was it, 9 people can fit on a king?
Yeah, 9 people, like one man and about 8 women.
Yeah, well, you don't want to have
at about 140, 135.
You don't want another dude in there.
You may, you do and you don't. I'm not gonna ride your ass if you're, trying to scope out another dude banging a lady in front of you.
I actually would watch that.
Pretty common.
Let me
We've
ask
got
you
a lot of friends who that's a thing for them.
Let me ask you this: would you watch me bang a chick?
I would, for the sheer entertainment value of it.
Exactly.
But, I wouldn't want to bang with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to look you in the eyes. I don't want to Chinese finger cuff it where I'm looking at you the whole time and then it's yeah. You've got soft eyes. You've got
I do.
eyes.
That's what I was going to say. The problem is that you lock eyes for a second and you're like, the first thought is like, this is cool, high five, yeah, this is funny or whatever the fuck. And then you just can't look away.
Then you're stuck there forever.
You're stuck there looking into my eyes.
And then you can't come unless you're in the, like I can't come unless you're in the room because I'm used to looking
so
into
I
your
go
eyes.
and get a wax statue.
Yeah. And you got to put, or just the head. You want to put the head on the dresser looking down at me so I can.
So I'm getting like, we're about half an hour into the sex.
Yes.
And I'm like, just a second, honey. And I turn on a little light. Or I say, Alexa, turn on
Alexa.
the Ross headlight.
Yeah.
And it's a backlight for this fucking wax head of yours.
Correct.
And she's like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is the only way I can come.
Yeah. The only way you can achieve.
Yeah.
I call it achieving.
It's a little grandiose, but I like it. Yeah.
I believe in dreams.
I like that. You can do all this on the ghost bed, by the way.
Ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. If you're military or first responder, you get 15% off forever, which is amazing. That's like a $200 savings. Next up, we've got, oh my God, we're just going the onesie twosies right into
Let's
this.
do it, yeah.
The boner pills, dude.
Yeah, Roman. I'm seeing their commercials all over the place.
They're
now,
everywhere, and here's why, right? So Roman it's a better form of Viagra.
Yeah.
'Cause you don't have to go into the fucking doctor. They ship it to your house.
Yeah.
It's discreet. It comes in a package that doesn't say like your mailman's not going to know that you're getting boner pills.
Yeah.
Neither is your wife or kids, because that's another concern. Somebody hit me up and was just like, "Hey man, with this discreet packaging, like, are my kids going to know what this is?" And I was like, they're not going to know shit.
No.
So you'll be picking up, look, your electric bill, your boner meds, and then,
Whatever else, yeah.
whatever catalog you subscribe to, your Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm not here to judge whatever the fuck it is you get in the mail, but throw some boner pills in it, because you never know when you want to have a rock hard weekend on that ghost bed. Because that's about a 3-day excursion. You and I took these fucking things.
Here's the thing, though. I split them up.
You go halvesies
and then
with it?
take them over time. So I've figured out the formula, and if anybody wants this, I'll sell it to you. Right? But I figured out the formula where I'm always on it.
Yeah, okay.
Forever.
Yeah.
Without any negative physical effects.
What's the URL for Roman?
GetRoman.com/Drinkin Bros.
Oh, GetRoman.com/Drinkin Bros. That's where you can get a rock hard boner in a very discreet
Just stay
box.
boned up all the fucking time. Why would you not stay boned up all the time? You got to be ready.
Yeah.
Like, we have all these fucking people who talk about their everyday carry, their gun. I don't leave the house without my gun and my fucking
EDC,
whatever the fuck else. Yeah. Why would you leave your house without knowing you can get, not just anybody can get hard. Well, not everybody. Most people can get hard whenever the fuck. But this is like professional level hard. This is the steroids for your dick.
Yeah,
bro.
it is.
You're not getting tested. Stay on that stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And then when you meet that nice lady in a truck stop or wherever you meet her, you fucking rip that thing out and it looks like,
boom.
It's just like you could hang laundry on this motherfucker. And
it looks like Thanos' glove.
It does, yeah. It does. It's glowing. That's what you want.
It's when the whole entire glove was activated is what it is when you pop one of those.
That's right.
What is it? Get Roman?
GetRoman.com/Drinkin
Bros.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Use it. I'm telling you, something like 55% of dudes have ED. Like,
yeah.
From 18
judgment.
From 18 to 65.
Yeah.
Like, it's a medical condition that nobody wants to talk about.
Whatsoever on that.
If you had like any other kind of medical issue, you would just deal with it. But because it's your dick, it's like, it's emasculating. No, dude, just take the stuff. And even if you don't need it, take it anyways. Because it's going to make you better. It's a performance enhancement drug.
Goddamn right it is. Goddamn right it is. Be a stallion again.
Yeah, don't fuck like a little pussy, man. Come on.
Fuck like a real man.
Fuck tough.
Fuck tough. Breathe hard. Fuck tough. Next up, we've got boxofawesome.com. Boxofawesome.com. This is the new one. This is our latest and greatest. You and I have been using this shit a lot.
Yeah.
If you're a dude who just doesn't have time to take care of himself, go to boxofawesome.com. You can get a goddamn satchel. I get it. That carry-on satchel was my favorite.
They have a lot of cool shit.
I know. The DOP kit is awesome. They got
they have shaving kits and like
shaving everything,
belt shoe combinations.
Yes.
Like, I don't have time to go shopping for clothes, but I also don't want to look homeless.
Yeah.
So this is perfect.
It's easy.
Kind of stuff.
It's easy. Promo code Drinkin Bros, 20% off. Box is like under $50, and that's it. And again, man, anything you need to be a real dude in this life, their slogan is for guys who give a damn. That's actually the truth.
Yeah, I like it.
Where you're just like, all right, cool. If you're buying shit like this, chances are, you give a fuck about your appearance and you're trying to impress, whatever Tinder date you have.
But it's all dude stuff. I mean, it's like
all dude stuff.
Here, I'm looking at some of their stuff. One of them is a cast iron skillet with a couple of things to make breakfast. And by the way, breakfast is the only meal that matters. And I don't mean eating between whatever time in the morning. I mean only eat breakfast foods
all day long.
All day long for the rest of your fucking life. Don't let me catch you eating a non-breakfast food.
I won't do it in your presence.
Thank you.
You a big breakfast guy?
I am. Yeah.
Look at that.
I am. Not the time necessarily, but bacon, eggs. All day long. I'll eat it any time of day.
I'm down with that. I get down with bacon and eggs all day for sure. For sure. I could eat at Waffle House every
If you
fucking
eat
day.
breakfast foods all the time, you can stay keto pretty easily.
Really easily.
Not that I'm advocating for keto. I'm just saying it's possible. If you're one of those keto people out there and you're trying to cut carbs, breakfast is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Eggs and meat.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's also super American.
Yeah, it's
like
great.
I usually will I'll be eating a ribeye steak with eggs and bacon. That's one of my go-to meals. And I'll fire my gun into the air the whole time I'm eating it.
Yeah.
And then, as I'm chewing, I pause to reload.
Of course. Of course. You go back to it.
Yeah.
And you look, those cast iron skillets are amazing. That's
They're
what
fucking great.
We cook out of, by the way. At the Patterson household. Go to boxofawesome.com. Again, promo code Drinkin Bros to try out all their cool shit. I've got, I think, 3 of them so far. I'm a big fan.
They're
new. They're new to the show, but I've been a big fan of them.
One of them is a whiskey decanter with these really super nice glasses, and I haven't gotten that one yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Whiskey.
Yeah,
I don't think you're saying that correctly. It's whiskey.
I apologize.
Whiskey. We got breaking news into the show here. A man has set himself on fire outside the White House. He stood up too. He got on both legs for this. Man, they put him out, right?
They put him out real fast. The response time was good. I think Secret Service was already on the way to interdict him. See, he fucked up. He like that. Remember the South Korean dude back in the day protesting the Vietnam War or whatever?
The one who put his head under that tank in Tiananmen Square?
No. The one that set himself on fire.
It's just my favorite one. Which one are we talking about? Oh, the guy who set himself on fire.
Yeah. That guy, nobody did shit.
No,
they let
that motherfucker burn.
Yeah, I guess that's a testament to our first responders. Speaking of first responders, this is the firefighter shirt from Led by Iron Apparel, who is selling a shirt for you.
We're doing Summer Swayze with Led by Iron.
Go check out ledbyiron.com and check out that Summer Swayze shirt.
Dude, big fan of those t-shirts. They do a bunch of cool shit for us. I love those guys.
The barrel roll champion,
they're all first responders. And yes, these first responders saved this dude's life today.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's worth saving. That's what I kept thinking when I looked at this.
What was he protesting? Do we even know?
Who fucking knows, dude? You show up at the White House, light yourself on fire. Chances are you got a lot of other shit going on in your life.
Yeah, probably.
He definitely hates Trump. I'm going to say that.
I think that's a reasonable assumption, or America in general.
Or he thought the Memorial Day barbecue was today and not 2 days ago. He might have had the dates wrong on that. It was just like, hey, let me help you kickstart that grill. I'm going to light myself on fire and save you the time.
So kindling.
Yeah. Let me save you guys, and I'll go ahead and take one for the team and light myself on fire.
Well, shit.
Because Memorial Day, those BBQs. A lot of steaks and burgers on those fucking grills, man. And if you get a chance to see this guy on fire, boom, you'll go up like that. You need a fire like that.
Yeah, for sure.
On a good barbecue day.
Well, the problem with the first thing that always fucks up with a barbecue is the igniter thing. Yeah. Everybody knows that. Yeah. So if you got this guy running around on fire, that simplifies your whole fucking life.
Perfect. Smoke really got him too.
Yes. Speaking of stupid bullshit. Speaking of stupid bullshit, did you see this fucking first pitch at the White Sox Kansas City Royals game?
No, who was it?
It was some woman.
I saw Bruce Willis the other day one hop it to, and I was like, come on, man.
No, this one was bad.
I was surprised about Bruce Willis.
That he was bad at throwing the baseball?
He one-hopped it.
Yeah, he's...
Bruce Willis is a one-hopper to the fucking plate?
He clearly
that's disappointing.
I don't see the woman's name here anywhere. I wish... If you guys find out what this woman's name is and let us know, because this is fucking funny.
She the one that hit that cameraman?
Yes.
I saw that. I didn't get her name either. Yes.
So, home plate, and then she's back here at the pitcher's mound.
Yeah.
And he's standing off a little bit to the left. and she throws it and hits him. She hits the camera base right next to the lens.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't even. It was one of the worst I've ever seen. She had a pretty decent arm too. She clocked him good.
Well, I mean, when I saw that footage, all I kept thinking was she was trying to intentionally hit that guy. There's
It
no
looked
way.
kind of like it, didn't
There's
it?
no way you can throw a ball that badly. And that guy just got pegged.
He got. We got to find out who this person is.
He got absolutely fucking pegged. It was great. And then she felt bad. That guy felt bad. But she had like huge tits and started running towards him. And he was like, no. We're on camera. Like, don't hug me. What am I supposed to do? Because in today's world, you don't know what to do now with your arms and hands if you're a dude.
I just tuck into a ball and fall on the ground
in public. That's all you can do. At
like
this
Buster
point.
Bluth from Arrested Development.
Yeah.
That was his fighting style.
All you can do is just tuck up when a girl's around because God forbid somebody say something to
Or
you.
you can go the other direction and just tackle her and say that she was trying to assault you. Those are your two options. So.
Either one. Here's what I miss. I miss the days of Morgana. Remember Morgana rolling out onto the field? Those two huge.
L.A., right? Oh, she was all over the country, though, really.
A lot of San Diego.
I bet people that
San Diego,
are not in their mid to late 30s or early 40s don't remember this woman at all.
But
she was
they
famous.
Show clips of her all the time.
Yeah.
But now, since the world sucks,
basically she was like
a hot girl with
she was a
huge
blonde
fake tits.
woman, probably started it in her late 20s, and it went through, I think, her early 40s. She was still doing it.
I'm like go higher than that.
Giant fake tits.
Yeah,
and she would run onto the field at all sorts of sporting events.
Yeah,
Padres, Dodgers games. I think I saw it at a Phillies game one time as well. I didn't personally see it, but I saw video of it.
I never got to see those tits in person, and that's what hurts the most.
It does hurt, yeah.
When supermodels die, and when you miss out on a good set of jugs, where you're just like, God damn it, man. There was this woman in L.A. named Angeline, and they had these. She was just a same thing, kind of like a Morgana type chick.
Yeah.
She bought billboards of herself all over L.A. It just said Angeline. It was like her in like a skimpy thing with huge tits. And then
what was the advertisement?
It was just her. So she was just trying to essentially make herself famous. It turns out she was married to just one of the billboard guys.
Yeah, oh, I see. Yeah.
That's what Ted Turner used to do. We used to own billboards in Georgia. It's like a super like crazy rich profession, which I didn't know.
They make a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
That's why Clear Channel bought up most of the billboards in the country over the last couple of years.
I didn't know that, man. And so her husband was cool with it and let her do it. And then she drove around this pink Corvette that said Evangeline on it. Here's where I'm going to with this. By the time I finally got to see her step out of the fucking thing, she was 70 years old. And it was just like, man, I wanted to see those tits in 1985. Not now.
But you would still look.
Yeah, no, I definitely.
I mean, like
gaze.
if there was a home run derby with Sosa and McGuire right now, I'd go watch.
Yeah, I'd watch. It wouldn't, the excitement wouldn't be there. It'd be like a rematch of Pacquiao Mayweather. I'd be like, I'll watch it, I guess, but I'm not as amped as I was years ago.
Can you imagine though? These women today, they would be like Instagram models with a million.
Oh my God,
a million
followers.
They would be rich now.
Beyond.
It's crazy how things have changed.
Beyond. I mean, dude, you take Aunt Becky's daughter, right?
Yeah.
She's only increased in popularity since that college scandal broke. And then they said that she's looking at 40 years. There is no fucking way you're giving Aunt Becky 40 years in jail. Not one prayer on this earth is she seeing that.
Why would
what's
you?
What's your over under on jail time for these gals?
I don't think they get any jail time.
Here's what I heard with the Felicity Huffman one, right? I heard it was 4 months probably. That she'll probably get. And then
my guess is they'll get a suspended sentence, which means you go on probation for 5 years, typically 2 to 5 years, maybe longer, but not usually longer in financial crimes. It's usually less, like 2 to 5 years. You get a suspended sentence of 6 months, and if you break probation, then you go to jail for 6 months.
Gotcha.
But I don't think they serve any jail time.
Okay, because with Aunt Becky, right? The rumor is they want to make an example out of her because she pled not guilty, whereas Felicity Huffman just said, "All right, I'm guilty. Let's just get this over with and get this out of the headlines." Whoever her publicist was did a great job. Aunt Becky's maybe not so much, but I don't know the full fucking story. But her daughter is reaping the benefits of it on social media. She's already at 1.5 million followers.
Yeah, she's up there.
She's hot as balls.
She looks good. Between her and Stallone's, I think, middle daughter.
Hey, all the Stallone daughters are hot.
They are hot, but the one,
Sistine, I think her name is.
yeah, maybe I think it's the middle one. She is like lights out hot.
The weird thing is because I follow Sylvester Stallone on Instagram.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
him. I'm a big fan of his.
You are a big fan of his.
He
Yeah.
posts shit about his hot ass daughters all day long.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh man, I want to get him on the show, not only to talk about his amazing life and career, and how he got fucking robbed of that Oscar 2 years ago for the last Rocky, or for Creed, but I also want to get him on to say, man, how incredibly difficult is it as a fucking Class A #1 poonhound to witness now that these 3 hot daughters came out of your ball sack and like everybody and their mother just wants to fuck these girls.
You know, that's
got to be hard, man.
He got his film start doing softcore porn, right?
Yes, he did.
So I mean, maybe he just is one of those guys that doesn't care.
Whoa.
Do you have so you've done celebrity cum impersonations, right?
Yeah, is
that it?
That's one of my faves to do on Instagram stories.
Yeah.
The problem is my wife hates it. She fucking hates it. Because she walked in. I was making one. I was making one for Sam Elliott, where it was.
I remember that one.
Sam Elliott coming. Yeah. So like, we have a newborn, and he had just gone to sleep. You know, Jesse had a rough go of shit downstairs with the newborn, and all she hears like, because I'm upstairs, I try to do it like, you know, not in her vicinity, right?
The studio,
but I guess I'd left the door open, and so all you heard from upstairs trailing down the hallway was, ooh. And that was Sam Elliott coming. And I was like, oh, fuck. She runs upstairs as if I am the guy in the White House lawn, like I am on fire or something. She was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I'm sorry. And you know what, on the Instagram story, when you want to like write a tag or something, it just keeps repeating over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's super loud.
Annoying,
So she's like, ooh. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. She's like, the baby's sleeping. What are you doing? And I was like, I'm just fucking doing Sam Elliott coming. She was like, you're a worthless fucking human. And I was like, I know. So then she shuts the door, and that's when I immediately went back to back with Stallone. Hey. Just Sylvester Stallone fucking triple roping girls.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cradle balls. Stroke the shafts. Cradle balls.
I'm surprised he even got a woman pregnant with the amount of juice he's done over the years.
I can't believe it either.
Like when if you
all of my friends who've been on steroids,
can't.
They're just shooting blanks.
Well, you there's ways to reactivate that, but you have to actually go out of your way to do it. Like IVF is big in that community.
Okay. All right. Well, look, if he can do it, anybody can do it.
He's rich, so
yeah, you can do anything when you're rich. You're above the law. And
Yeah.
It's great. It's great.
He is the law.
Yeah, I am the law. I am the law. Then that's what I love about Stallone, obviously, is that he's above the law. He knows it. Everybody else knows it. And he's still juicing to this day. He got popped in Australia with some HGH. He was like, it makes me a better person. And it does. It does, man. Anybody I've met who takes HGH is a better human. They look great.
I think
they look younger. Stops aging. Even my doctor was just like, "Yo, man, it's the greatest if you can do injections once a week." I can't do injections. I can't do needles.
Yeah. I mean, some people aren't into that, and there's really no other way to take it.
I know.
It's not like there's topical testosterone. The yield is way lower, but you can get it.
You can get it,
but you
but
can't.
I
don't think there's any topical HGH.
Yeah.
There's no solution for that.
It fucking sucks. You know what else sucks, dude? Is your bullshit story today, Dan? Can we tell the audience about this? We're at the bank, obviously. You and I have started a media company together. And I asked you straight up, hey, man, do you still have top secret security clearance? And your answer was yes.
It's inactive, but it exists. Yeah.
Okay, it exists, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you get from that? Like, do you learn about the aliens and shit? And you're like, no, man, there's no fucking aliens. And
I didn't say there's no aliens. I definitely think there are aliens. But I'm not saying that as a representative of the United States government.
Okay. So let me back the horse up here. I'll put the horsey in the back. Let me put the horsey in the back on this one and ask you this then. Do you believe that they've been to the Earth? Because I saw that thing from the Navy pilot on the New York Times this morning.
Yeah, Lieutenant Ryan Graves.
Yes.
He's an F-18 Super Hornet pilot, and he's, so far as I can tell, he's an active pilot, which is really weird that he's talking about this shit. But he went into some detail about like specific shit that they saw off the East Coast of the United States.
Yeah.
Like UFOs.
And they had did you just watch the footage of it?
I did, yeah. It's crazy as shit.
So what's your explanation for that then?
Well, I mean, it's probably large drones or something like that. I don't think it would be aliens. I mean,
How is it moving that fast?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Arthur C. Clarke, the guy that wrote all those science fiction books back in the day, I can't remember exactly how the quote goes, but he said a new technology or discovery or new scientific discovery would, to the uninitiated or ignorant, seem like magic or something out of the ordinary. So a nuclear explosion, for example, the first time people saw that shit on television,
right,
they were probably like, what the fuck? Like they've seen bombs or fire or whatever the fuck before,
sure,
little explosions, but when they saw a nuke take out a quarter mile and in like a millisecond, that probably seemed like magic to them or something, like Thor's hammer.
Yeah, but at least they said, hey, this is what we're doing. I mean, if you were in Japan, Hiroshima, right?
During the Empire, they didn't really have a whole lot of access to information.
Imagine just being in Japan and you're like on the outside of that and you saw that fucking thing come
I can't imagine there were any leaflets passed out at Hiroshima or Nagasaki beforehand or any other city in Japan
Probably
saying,
not.
Hey, I don't think they did the get under your desk thing to avoid the nuclear explosion in Japan. Those people probably didn't know. Didn't. The Empire had a pretty tight control on information over. That's why the kamikaze thing was so easy for them to pull off.
Right.
Because they saw the emperor as God, basically. So they were taking commands directly from God. I doubt he was putting out information about the enemy who had this weapon we don't have that can nuke us all off the fucking face of the earth. Right? So it was probably for them. It was probably for the people who weren't at the actual explosion site, who were maybe like half a mile away. That was probably the weirdest. Because you hear, I don't know how it works specifically.
Smell.
No, you would see a flash of light and be like, "What the fuck was that?" And all of a sudden, the air would start warming up, and then you would just disintegrate, basically. So there was a period of time where they were trying to figure out what was going on. I would love to be able to download that memory and to see what it was like.
Wait, explain that one more time for the audience, because I think I'm tracking you here, but
so a nuclear explosion, boom, hits the ground, or air burst, whatever it is. And it just basically sets the air on fire, is what it does. That's reductive.
I
but
actually
that's what it
didn't know that.
Yeah, so it just starts consuming oxygen and moving outward, right? So the first thing you would see is a flash of light because photons are massless, which means they move at the speed of light, obviously. And then everything else has mass, so it moves a little bit slower. So you would see a flash of light, and you would feel an initial heat wave probably, and then you would just like get disintegrated if you were that close. So there was maybe even 2 or 3 seconds, a small fraction of time. I don't know what it is. You could probably look it up if you wanted to look it up, but there would be some little period of time where you saw a flash of light and that you're dead and you don't know it yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, that's how I feel on a daily basis.
Yeah.
You know? It just usually in traffic, like a blackout rage, like a blinding rage, where you're just like, and I black out for that amount of time, and then I come back to. If you could download all those memories, there's probably none of like, oh, fuck. I forgot to get Olive Garden dressing. You know?
I bet in today's world with millennials, a lot of people's reaction will be like, oh, finally.
Yeah.
No more student loan debt.
We're here.
Yeah. Let's get it done, buddy. All those people like me that are dead inside out there, they're just like, oh, man, it's like being on...
Yeah, what would be your first response? Like somebody like you who's already dead inside.
It's like being on a really shitty roller coaster, right? One little... Like you were excited about it maybe at first, but then as soon as it started, you're like, man, this is fucking bullshit, but there's 6 minutes of this thing left.
Yeah.
And you just sit through it, and then you see that last little tunnel coming. You see the little turnstile dummy up there waiting for you. Like, fucking finally, I can get out of here. That to me is what death is going to be like.
Okay.
Like finally.
Yeah. Yeah, you're amped about it.
I'm out.
I'd like to take out a big life insurance policy on you.
Everyone should, I think.
And then that way when you... Dude, this is a terrible story, but I'll tell it. A friend of mine, his partner was a larger gentleman, right? And he was the type of guy, one flight of stairs, he's out of breath. And he was like, hey, man, we got to sign insurance policy because if you go down, like this is going to fuck the whole company. And like he was able to pull like a $2-3 million policy, and I was surprised by that. I was like, holy shit! And at one point, I think he was just rooting for him to die.
Well, that's the problem with the tontine. Are you familiar with the tontine? Tontine. It's basically like a group of people all put a sum of money into an interest-yielding account when they're young, and the last person alive gets all the money. But as that amount starts to grow, it's a social experiment almost to see what amount of money you would kill all your friends for. Because I got to tell you, if it was fuck you money, I would kill you and everybody else immediately.
What's that dollar amount?
I don't know.
What is your fuck you money? Because mine's lower than I think yours is.
I would say like 100 million probably.
Yeah, mine's way lower than that. Mine's like 10.
You can't do much with $10 million.
You can actually.
No, not the way I live.
Well, look, I want private jets and shit, right? That's my biggest thing. If you had fuck you money, is private jets. I don't want to fly commercial ever again. Yeah. I think it's a fucking hellhole nightmare, and I hate it.
I mean, it costs like $1 million a year to keep those things up, though.
God damn it! I know. And like, do you look at Drake, who's pro climate and fucking? Did you see the goddamn thing he bought? Yeah. Air Drake, which is what a 767 that it gutted, and it's just. It's like a nice, luxurious
I think there's
high rise.
I think he's got an ice skating rink in there and a couple of other things.
It's crazy. Yeah. And he just took it to like Miami or wherever the fuck he went. And I was just like, bro, I don't want to hear about the climate anymore. You just killed like 9,000 people or whatever it is just on that short ride to Miami. But flying, if I could get out of commercial, that would be the biggest fuck you. Yeah. That's going to take more than 10, I think. Yeah.
It's gonna, I mean, just to buy the thing, it's gonna cost you $3 million probably.
Yeah, I think you can get them used for about $1.5 billion, about $1.5 million somewhere in there, right?
Maybe.
Because I would want it used. I want somebody to have ridden in it, fucked in it, slid in it.
If you could buy anybody's aircraft, who would it be?
Rolling Stones from Cocksucker Blues, 100%. And I know that's a weird answer to have like immediately in the chamber.
You were really quick on that one.
That's the one that got me when there's a scene in it. So the movie's outlawed in the United States. You can't get it. We had a friend of a friend get it from Europe and send it over on a VHS tape. Ooh. That's how old it was. Yeah. Wow. So we had to get a VCR and do the whole thing. The Cocksucker Blues was all of this footage of the Rolling Stones just in the 70s doing blow, heroin, fucking having group orgies on this private plane. And that's the private plane. And it had, the Stones logo on it and everything.
That's rad.
That would be the end all be all.
Yeah.
I saw the other ones from like Elvis, right? Because he was the other big one who was super into having like a bunch of private jets. You ever been to Graceland?
Yeah.
So they're open. You can walk on them and all that shit. And they're cool because of like the 70s cool and like the shag carpet and all that shit. But I don't see him shagging a lot of ass on there or having a bunch of orgies like the Stones do.
No, I feel like at that point in his career, he was mostly eating gravy.
Yeah, because when he started to accumulate that type of wealth, it was later on. And
he just started taking like he was on pills and shit all the time, and that's not really good for fucking necessarily. He's like drunk and on pills all the time. Plus, he's eating his ass off. Like he wasn't in good shape.
No.
So I mean, maybe he fucked a lot, but not for very long.
He was probably out of breath a lot.
Yeah.
Couple pushes, just a couple groans.
He's probably pushing rope though. So I mean, I don't.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? But yeah, so that would be the biggest expense. The other shit, man, in this life, I mean, you could buy a mansion. I think you and I chatted about this on the sports show, right? I like how you're just able to openly smoke weed anywhere now. It's great. It's fucking great. But you and I talked about this on the sports show about going to that castle that one night in Kansas City.
Yeah, that was great.
It's great.
Xander from H Factor hooked that up for us.
Yes.
That was awesome.
And that was rad, right?
Yeah.
But to see it, I wouldn't want to live in there.
No, I mean not.
And I couldn't it was 15,000 square feet.
And that's what they said. The owner said the same thing.
Yes, and she was amazing, and we had a fucking blast, and we drank $100,000 worth of wine, and we drank a lot of them. I mean, each bottle was 15, 20 grand. Yeah. I felt guilty taking it over to that neighbor's house because I was like, she's like, hold this, and I was like, what if I drop this?
Yeah,
and this, it was snowing.
Yeah, it was icy as shit out there too.
Like, what if I drop this and just smash a $20,000 bottle of wine? But all I kept thinking afterwards, because it took us an hour to get through the house, was, dude, as great as this is, right? And we took a bunch of awesome pictures, and it was hilarious for Instagram. The upkeep and all of that shit, like, dude, I wouldn't be able to find my kids.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be able to find my wife, which is fine, some would say. But my kids, I'd be like, hey, where are you guys at? And it's like, oh, Dad, I'm in room 63.
Yeah.
Where it's like, dude, if you're calling out like, battle shot numbers for your house, I-64, like, dude, that's not a house to me anymore that you can live in.
Yeah.
So even shit like that, I check off the list, and that house was it 6.5?
I don't remember. City? Yeah, I don't remember what the price was. But
I mean, look, you put that in New York or LA, that's probably a $50-60 million house.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
But I think it was 6.5 or 7.5 or something.
I mean, if I was going to do something like that, I would just have more houses. Like, would you rather spend? There's only so much time in the day, so much time in the year.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So, would you rather spend it trying to explore one house, or just buy 4 different houses in different parts of the country so you could be there, for the right seasons and
right.
shit?
That's
what I would do.
And I think that's what I would do.
Yeah.
But again, you don't really need that much, that crazy amount of money to do it. New York, because I don't even want a place in LA.
Fuck. No.
California can get fucked. I don't give a shit about California. But New York, I love to have a place in New York City. Good luck with that. And then the property taxes on that shit. So, but my fuck you number is lower simply for the fact that I think that I'm pretty happy with everything, where I live now, beach-wise and all that other shit, where I'm like, all right, cool, man.
You're a simple man.
Couple places here, and I'm good. I don't want a Lambo. I don't want a fucking Hummer.
I'm not really into cars like that either.
Yeah. So I don't have that on me. I don't, Coke is not huge for me. So it's like, dude.
But lean is getting more and more expensive.
It is. It's $250 a bottle for lean right now.
Somebody told me $400 recently. I told him to get fucked.
Yeah. Well, somebody else told me $250 the other day and sent me one, but I don't know who that is. We got a P.O. box for the show if you want to send some in, though.
Yeah. If you've got lean and you want to send it to our P.O. box.
P.O. Box 3793, Wilmington, North Carolina, 28406.
There it is.
So you can send in that lean, but you and I were talking off air about you possibly trying to replicate Hunter S. Thompson's drug schedule.
Yeah, I mean, most of the audience has probably heard it on Rogan because he went through the list about 6 months ago after this book came out that this biographer wrote about Thompson.
Okay.
It's madness, absolute madness. Lots of cocaine. He drinks a lot of Chivas. Like if I do it, I'm changing up the alcohols.
Okay. Why Chivas?
I don't know, dude. I honestly, it's disgusting. Hang on, let me.
I think back in his time period, though, Chivas was the cool thing, right?
Maybe, yeah. Hang on, let me.
Because let's face it, alcohol is pretty much just marketing at this point, right?
It is, yeah.
So I think Chivas was probably the hip, like, cool, go fuck yourself thing.
Maybe.
At the time.
I'm gonna go through the list right quick. So 3 p.m. he wakes up.
All right, so I want to say this. As a writer, I understand that.
Oh, yeah.
Silence at nights. Mm-hmm. Dude, I get it. You want to write from maybe 10 to 5 a.m. and then, wake up at noon. 3 is extreme.
3 is extreme, yeah.
But it depends on what time you're going to bed.
Well, 8:20 is when he went to sleep, usually.
At night?
No, in the morning.
Oh, he went to sleep at 8 in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, him sleep until 3 then is fine.
Yeah.
I understand that.
That's 7 hours.
I don't want to see that much light in the morning, though. No matter how many drugs I do, I don't want to see 6 a.m. to 8:20. I don't want to see that 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's too brutal for my psyche.
If you had the blackout curtains, that would probably work better.
Yeah.
So 3 o'clock, he wakes up. 3:05, he drinks Chivas, which is booze, obviously. For those who don't know. And reads the paper and smokes a cigarette, which I won't do because that's gross. 3:45. This is 45 minutes after he wakes up. Cocaine.
Okay, so 3:45 is his first bump. Like that's when he's really getting the party started.
Yeah, and I imagine he's just doing bumps throughout the day. Probably. I doubt
he's doing lines.
He's not ripping lines. You'll see. There's no fucking way he's ripping lines.
All right. So could you do coke at 3:45 in the afternoon?
I've done coke at 3:45 in the afternoon. Great. Yeah.
So you're 2 out of 3. The cigarettes that's off your.
Yeah, I'll just smoke weed instead or something. I don't know. We'll see. So 3:50, 5 minutes after his first bump of cocaine, another glass of Chivas.
I understand that because when you have coke, then it's like, all right, great. Now let me have it because you start to get the drip, and you're like, all right, cool.
Yep.
Throw me another.
So 4:05, first cup of coffee. 4:15, cocaine. 416 orange juice, probably because of the drip again.
Yeah,
right?
and you get dehydrated.
Yeah. And then 430, 454, and 505, all cocaine.
Okay, let me break that down. 430?
Yeah.
What was the next time?
454.
454.
So 24 minutes later, and then 11 minutes later at 505, and all cocaine.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Because now you're hyping yourself up, right?
Yeah.
That first 24-minute gap is where you're like, man, how far am I taking this today? And then you're
There's a
immediately
decision
doing two
point,
more.
yeah.
And then you're clearing that up.
Yeah.
All right. What time are we at now?
We're at 505, 511, a second cup of coffee. 530. You
2 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
Come on. On that much Coke.
Yeah.
That's the backbreaker for me.
It is, yeah.
I don't think, and not only that, but just shitting wise, right? Because like anybody who's listening to this at home, as soon as you say the word cocaine,
Yeah.
I would say probably 78% of our audience is taking a shit.
Yeah.
Because they're thinking about that Coke
The
coming in
baby
and you gotta shit
laxatives,
yourself,
yeah.
right? Now throw in 2 cups of coffee.
Yep.
With that much Coke,
And cigarettes and the whole deal.
your toilet is going to be just
Yeah.
blown the fuck out.
It's not good. So, and you're going to see how it could probably be worse based on what he eats later, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
So, 511 coffee, 530 more ice in the Chivas. So that drink he made at 350 still exists at 530. He's been ignoring that drink probably because he's coked up.
He's drinking coffee.
And he's drinking coffee, yeah. So 5:45, more cocaine, and then he at 6 p.m. he smokes weed to quote unquote take the edge off, just to get by. and then 7:05, so it's an hour after he gets high.
Sure.
He goes for lunch, he calls it, and this is at 7:05 p.m. And this is, I'm going to read this all off in a row, but try to stay with me. So this is what he has for lunch. He has a Heineken and 2 margaritas, 2 cheeseburgers, 2 orders of fries, a plate of tomatoes, coleslaw, a taco salad, a double order of onion rings, carrot cake, ice cream, bean fritter, which I'm not even sure what that is.
Oh.
Then he smokes a cigarette, has another Heineken, does cocaine in the bathroom, basically. And then for the ride home, he gets a snow cone, he calls it, which is a glass of shredded ice with 3 to 4 shots of Chivas in it.
And that's the snow cone?
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Well, actually, there's a liquor store right next to our new office. We should get a bottle of Chivas.
Yeah.
And then
We'll taste it on air just to see what it's like.
Yeah.
I know it's terrible.
we
but-
should do a full show as Hunter S. Thompson on here.
Oh, yeah.
With Coke and Chivas, and then just see how awful that show is.
Man, it would be unairable for sure. So that's 7:05, and he gets back home by 9 p.m., where he does cocaine again. And then,
Okay, so imagine the toilet when he gets back home.
Yeah, it's
because you
fucked.
put bean fritter, a taco salad
2
inside of you, 2
cheeseburgers,
cheeseburgers,
onion rings.
The cheeseburgers and all that shit is fine. That bean fritter and that taco salad is going to sneak up on you. It's going to tap you on the shoulder.
bean fritter that's like, I don't even know. I know what a fritter is, but I don't know why you would put bean in
I
there.
don't either.
And it doesn't sound like a good combination. I mean, this poor guy.
Anybody out there who's got some bean fritter recipes that they want to sling our way, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, so now he's home.
9 p.m. he does cocaine again. He's home.
Yeah.
10 p.m. he takes acid.
Wow.
After that whole day, he drops acid at fucking 10 o'clock at night. Then he has chartreuse, cocaine, and weed at 11.
Okay.
Probably because he's starting to feel the acid kicking. He's like, I'm going to,
I got to take it down. Yeah.
11:30, so half an hour later, more cocaine. And then at midnight, it just says Hunter ready to write. That's when he started working.
Oh, so at midnight.
Yeah, so
Okay.
from 3 p.m. until midnight, he basically just gets
9
fucked
hours,
up.
and he's getting ready to write.
Yeah, that's his process for getting ready to write.
Okay, so then at midnight, is he writing then till 8:20 in the morning?
So this is how it's broken down. From 12:05, so midnight 05 a.m. to 6 a.m., chartreuse, cocaine, weed, Chivas, coffee, Heineken, clove cigarettes, which is disgusting.
Yeah.
Grapefruit for some reason, cigarettes, orange juice, and gin.
Gin.
Yeah, that whole time. So that's another 6 hours where he's writing and doing coke
Oof.
and drinking.
Gin is a rough one to go without anything.
He's
in,
got
man.
4 different kinds of alcohol in here.
Yeah, and I understand that, right?
Heineken,
Mixing
chartreuse,
Chivas
gin.
and gin is
Chivas.
That's
It's not a good deal. So it's 6 a.m. to relax after he's done writing. So he basically writes from midnight until 6 a.m. At 6 a.m., he gets in the hot tub and then has champagne, Dove bars, which is chocolate, and fettuccine Alfredo, which is crazy. It's just fucking nuts.
Is it the fettuccine Alfredo in the hot tub that makes it crazier, or is it the Dove bars? Let me ask you that.
It's both. It really is, yeah. I mean, it's more the fettuccine Alfredo. Who the fuck would eat pasta in a fucking hot tub after doing drugs all goddamn night?
Not only that, but I mean, your insides from the 2 cheeseburgers, the bean fritter, the taco salad, the onion rings, and then you're tossing another log on that fire inside your belly. Good luck, dude.
Yeah. So then 8 a.m. rolls around. That's 2 hours he's been in the hot tub, I guess. Doing these activities. At 8 a.m. he takes Halcyon, which is a benzo, like Xanax or something like that.
Is that a lower level thing, or
I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head what it is.
I don't either.
I know what it is, but I don't know the strength of it. Oof. And then by 8:20 he's asleep. So let me just count. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You counting up the lines of cocaine? Yeah.
7, 8, 9. So 9 for sure, plus whatever he did between midnight and 6 a.m. because cocaine's listed in that list as well. Yeah. And so he did it at a minimum 10 lines of cocaine.
Ooh.
He dropped acid. He drank 4 different types of booze, and he somehow falls asleep at 8:20 and doesn't die.
All right, so looking back at this, I think I was wrong. I'm going to take back that oof. I think the 10 lines of cocaine is plausible throughout the day, right?
That's assuming he only did one from midnight to 6 a.m., though. I don't know that for sure.
Right.
I would say probably 10 to 12 would probably be a reasonable estimate.
Okay. I think the only thing that is out of control in this list for me is the bean fritter and the taco salad at that point. And I've never written on acid or attempted it, but I don't know how you form a sentence or sit and write a coherent thought on strong acid that late at night.
I have. But I did acid every day of 2004. So
yeah, I mean, you're an experience. So is he, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. He's way
more. So
more.
if you got used to it, I don't think this wouldn't be a one-time. I wouldn't be able to do this for a one-time stitch. I'd have to train for this for a year.
Yeah.
Which would completely destroy my family, my children, everything. But I'm willing to do it for the show.
Yeah.
I know that.
I'm going to do this, some version of it. I'm not going to drink chartreuse and I'm not going to drink Chivas. Because that's fucking gross. But
we've definitely got to get the Chivas in here.
We'll drink some Chivas, yeah. But I'll do a bunch of coke. I'll drop acid in the fucking middle of the night. I don't give a shit. And I'll write stuff. Uh-huh. I'll write jokes, and then I will publish them. I won't deliver them. I'll just put them out on the internet.
I think,
and you can decide.
Yeah. What?
Or maybe I'll record myself doing them. And then put that out. I don't know yet. We'll see.
I'd like to find you at the end of this bender with like an hour left to go and then record a show and then see where you're at with that.
So record a show at like 7 a.m.?
Yeah. Could you? So I'd just be getting up, right?
Yeah.
Drop my kids off at school and then come in and record a show with you. On acid, do you think you could do a full entire podcast?
Oh, yeah.
And have people not know?
If it was just acid, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But with coke, I mean, I'm going to be like, you know how you are.
Yeah.
Tapping shit.
Yeah.
Fucking.
We should have the fucking Hunter S. Thompson challenge. Let's see if you could go.
Oh, I could definitely do it.
I think you could too.
But I'm not going to be able to. You said do
food. You eat that much food a day.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
I couldn't eat that much food.
No, you're a dainty little bird.
It's weird. I only eat like once a day.
I know.
You could do all of the things, I think. Except for smoking cigarettes.
I'm not going to smoke cigarettes or clove cigarettes, which is even worse. It's disgusting. But I'm not really. I don't think I'll supplement anything for that because maybe I'll chew nicotine gum or something, which is fine.
Yeah, you can substitute. I'm grabbing my phone here because we're doing the Drinkin' Bro of the week.
Okay.
And this one's on my phone. I had a real live fucking crime happen to me.
That's right. Yeah.
Real life crime happened to me and my person. There was Summer Swayze, obviously, Point Break style, Bodie forever. On the beach, Took my family down to party on the beach for Memorial Day weekend. We had a bunch of people in town to party. There was a fucking guy who broke in, smashed out with a crowbar, passenger windows, like 17 of them, all down this.
Was he stealing shit or
entire
just
street
vandalizing?
No, he was trying to steal shit, but it looked like he was just looking for money or some shit, right? Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And it there's a picture of him too. So I'm going to say his name.
Go ahead. Fuck him.
This isn't the Drinkin' Bro of the Week. The Drinkin' Bro of the Week is the guy who caught him, and his name is Sergeant Hettinger of the Carolina Beach PD. That's my Drinkin' Bro of the Week. Not only did this fucking dude solve this crime in 12 hours, so he texted me throughout this. So when they were like dusting for fingerprints at like, I don't know, 9, 10 a.m. or whatever it was. 10 a.m. is when I got the message of like, hey man, let me have your cell phone number and we'll exchange information and blah, 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 which never happened to me in LA.
No, not in LA. It never would.
Surprised. I was like, oh, all right, cool. That is at 10:03 a.m. The next text message from him, and this is on a Saturday, mind you, of Memorial Day weekend. Next text message, Saturday, 9:12 p.m. Made an arrest in your case. Have the guy in custody.
That's pretty good. I mean, my guess
That's amazing, man.
My guess is they found a fingerprint and ran it. He had a record and they knew where he hung out.
I don't know.
That's good. That's good work, though.
Sunday, 10:45 a.m., he's like, hey, man, here's the fucking dude. His name is Sean Lee Clubb, 29 years old, white male. He looks like one of the guys who rolled up to Keanu Reeves in Point Break and kicked the shit out of him, initially.
Yeah.
Or tried to before Bodie came in, before Swayze came in. And, there's like a laundry list full of charges here.
Oh, yeah.
On the
he
whole
looks
thing.
like a real Emmy Award winner, that guy.
I mean, look at this guy. That's not what you would think, right?
Yeah, it is. He looks like a fucking crackhead.
To me, he looks like a middle linebacker. Like
he does look kind of beefy in that picture. So
beefy dude looks like a surfer to me. Looks like
he
again
looks a bit like
one
a
of the
surfer.
people that Swayze and Keanu had to take.
Surfers aren't really known for being criminals, typically, but I bet they do a lot of petty crime, right? Because they don't have jobs.
I don't know.
Like the beach bum style. I'm sure people who surf recreationally have jobs. Just relax, guys. But a beach bum surfer who that's his life and he lives in some trailer down by the ocean probably doesn't have full-time employment, is what I'm saying.
Here's what we've learned today. Crime don't pay.
Crime don't pay.
It don't pay.
Indeed.
Summer Swayze's back at it here.
It is.
Subscribe on YouTube. Video shows up and at 'em. Fake news is coming back as well.
Yeah,
Super
we're
amped about
gonna
that.
record a fake news tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
as a matter of fact.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fake news is coming back. It's all coming back.
Yeah.
Videos, everything across the board. Summer Swayze's back. And again, shout out to the Carolina Beach PD. All by the way, they were all really attractive. There was a girl who was on the scene who was attractive. You should.
When you
follow
say
her
a girl,
down.
you mean a female
woman.
police officer?
Yeah. She was smoking hot.
Did you get her badge number or name or anything?
No, I didn't.
What the fuck, dude?
I know. All of them were like younger. They seemed like late 20s, hot.
Yeah.
And kind of ripped. And I was like, God damn it! It was like a fucking TV show.
I love female cops.
Dude, that girl is
They always have handcuffs.
right on time. Yeah, that is exactly up your alley.
Plus, they know how to fucking fuck your shit up a little bit.
Yeah.
And honestly, if my life is not in danger, I can't even get hard. So.
Of course.
Yeah.
There was one in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see you guys getting together and really roughing it up.
Yeah.
What was her
Absolutely.
name?
Tiffany.
Yeah.
She's
Tiffany Marie, right?
She's a drinker, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, she's drinking, bro.
Too bad now she's got a fucking boyfriend or some shit. But,
Really?
yeah.
Man, I
I daydreamed once about her beating me with a nightstick. But that was, during some dark period of my life.
Yeah. You're out of that now. You're on to bigger and better things like the Hunter S. Thompson Challenge.
Yeah.
Which is what I want to see. D'Anthony, this was fun. Bob Mueller, go fuck yourself, man. Way
Yeah,
to waste
go home
taxpayers'
and get your
money
shine
on
box,
no
fuckface.
answers. And then hold a presser that just says,
Well, I don't know. Could have been this, could have been that. That's all in the report. Get fucked. I retire.
Yeah.
great.
Fuck
Way
you.
to go, dickbag. For D'Anthony Hollaway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros. Good night, everyone.